All right, we're live.
Okay.
I'm live, and I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but I'm here.
I say we talk about the Republican National Convention and go.
Nobody wants my opinion on politics.
No, I just asked about your opinion on the Republican National Convention.
Hulk Hogan was there.
That's right.
So.
And Kid Rock.
And Kid Rock.
And Trump. 3 beloved wrestling personalities. All wrestling fans love all 3 of those guys.
Oh. Was Kid Rock a wrestling fan?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's been musical guests many times at many wrestling events. Kid Rock has provided quite a few different moments for wrestling. I think he's in the WWE Hall of Fame. I know for sure Trump is.
Yeah.
I know for sure Hogan is. So there was 3 WWE Hall of Famers at the RNC last night.
How was Kid Rock?
Because they put a celebrity in every year.
Oh, okay.
So I'm pretty sure they put his ass in for coming up with a good wrestling song at one point.
Nice.
So yes. That's...
Well, I mean, I thought it was pretty good. I didn't get to hear Tucker Carlson's speech yet.
Oh, okay.
That was the only one that I missed, so. But Trump gave a good speech.
Yeah. What do you think about the ear bandage?
What do I think about it?
Yeah.
Nice accessory.
Yeah.
Very dramatic.
Very wrestling, right?
Well, I mean, he has an injury,
I know.
I think that's just people with injuries.
But I mean, a guy giving a promo with a bandage.
Yeah.
It's got wrestling written all over it.
So, yeah. Hulk Hogan being there was fucking awesome. So, I mean, I thought all in all it was pretty good. I think the Democrats got a lot of problems because I just don't see anybody being able to beat Trump after. I mean, it would have been hard to beat Trump anyways, but now he's like a complete martyr for America. So it's going to be pretty difficult to beat him. I'm curious if Biden's going to drop out of the presidential race this weekend. People are saying he's going to. We will see.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. The plot thickens, yeah. I kind of hope he doesn't, just because I think Trump is going to beat him, but I think he would easily beat Kamala Harris also, so.
And who doesn't like a good rematch, you know what I mean? I don't want the champion to back down 3 months before the big match.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be kind of shady if he does back down. But I know quite a few old men.
The only reason he would back down is because everybody's forcing him to. Like, he don't want to, but, like, President Obama came to him and said he probably needs to step down, and, like, a lot, Nancy Pelosi, like, a lot of people have, and if they start going public with it, we'll see. And then all of a sudden, he randomly gets COVID. It's like, okay.
Yeah, it seems strange that happened. But can't say that I'm shocked. He is old. He's probably getting sick.
Yeah. So, something to watch out for.
Yes. I don't think they're going to switch him. I really don't think there's any chance of them switching the presidents. The Democratic primary guy. I think it's a 0% chance.
Yeah, because I don't even know how they would do it. Like, Joe Biden would have to step down and, like, give his delegates to other people or something to make that
No,
person.
so what I think would happen was they would just nominate somebody else to run for 2024 or whatever. They're going to let Joe carry out his thing, but the Democrats are going to host or nominate a new guy to do the show. But we'll see.
Yeah, and at this point, I just don't think it's a good idea if you're a Democrat to do that. I think they're thinking that, there'll be somebody else that's going to beat Trump. Well, we'll have to see.
So we'll start with some questions. Justin Gottsell wants to know, how many fights have you won and lost?
I have no idea. I fought way more matches than I could even count.
Yeah.
So I've probably won hundreds and lost hundreds. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. You've probably won more than you've lost.
I don't know.
Hard to tell at this point. We've been doing it for a while. So what else is going on in the world that might relate to wrestling?
I haven't watched wrestling in a long time. I haven't watched any SmackDowns or any Raws. I haven't really been keeping up with any storylines, so I really have no idea what's going on in wrestling.
Okay, yeah, The Rock's not come back. I heard Roman Reigns is supposed to come back for SummerSlam and do like a Bloodline versus the Bloodline.
Cody's still champ. He's probably going to be champ until we get like him versus Rock or something at WrestleMania.
Yeah. Jaden Mark wants to know, how many years have you guys been doing wrestling? So how long has the wrestling show been going on?
Like 6 years?
Since 2018. So yeah, 6 years. Going on 7.
Yeah.
Seems like a long time, and then it seems like no time at all. I can't tell how I feel about it.
I really can't believe how obnoxious that flies me.
Yeah. A good question.
Right there.
Yeah. Simon Wright says, how are you doing? And hello.
Hello. Doing good. As good as it can be. We just had a bunch of really bad floods here where we live, and so I've just spent days sopping up water and wet vacuuming, and it's been serious pain in my ass. So there's that. Aiden, he has been in Ohio.
Oh, shit.
We could definitely talk about
We
that.
could definitely talk about that. Now, if you follow our other YouTube channel, the Matthew Gregory Jones channel, you know a little bit more about our football situation. But we're going to talk about it right here on the live stream. Go ahead, Caleb. You can tell the damn story.
All right, well, let's start from the very beginning. I'm pretty sure most of you are well aware that Aiden is a football player.
I need a shot.
He's dedicated a lot of his time. I mean, when I say dedicate a lot of his time, he's been playing football since the age of 5. He's played flag football. He's played tackle football. He's, a really good athlete. Well, somebody called us, another parent of a football player that Aiden plays with, and was like, okay, there's going to be this all-star championship flag team, and we need the best players in Rockford to play on this team. They're going to travel to Ohio, Canton, Ohio, and they're going to compete against the best of the best. And we're like, oh my God, that's awesome. Sounds like a great idea. So we're like, sure, of course Aiden wants to be a part of it. And this was back in January or February? I mean, this was a long time ago. So since then, Aiden's dedicated a lot of his time to this all-star team. And not only this all-star team, he plays for another flag team that these guys coach. So months and months of practicing, whatnot. Obviously, when we get the phone call, Aiden is a quarterback / running back. He's a wide receiver. I mean, literally, Aiden can play any position. If you watch our other YouTube channel with all the games on it, you know how good Aiden is. He's awesome. I'm not just saying that because he's my kid. Like, he's fucking great. Okay. Well, obviously, we thought he was getting recruited to be the quarterback. He's a great quarterback. Don't see why he wouldn't be the quarterback. And then I did not realize until they started scrimmaging like a couple weeks ago that they don't even have Aiden starting on offense. Yep. Now, Aiden is, and I think the coaches would also say this, I think anybody who knows how good Aiden is would say that he's a really well-rounded player out of all the players on the team. He was probably the most well-rounded in every position on offense. So to see him not get a starting position was obviously alarming. It's like, okay, Aiden's probably, I mean, just to be generous, he's probably in the top 3 best players on this team of 10 to 15.
Something like that.
10 to 15. Yeah. So I'm like, that's interesting. Obviously, have a slight problem with that. And it's like, okay, you're not going to play your best players. That's an issue, coaches. Like, we're all well aware as parents, especially when we've watched all these kids play together for years now, we know who the best players are. Aiden sitting on the bench on offense after he's dedicated months and months and months to this team is an absolute travesty. Well, I knew pretty quickly we were going to go travel to Ohio to watch this tournament until I seen Aiden's not even starting on offense. And I'm like, they're about to go down to Canton, Ohio and get their asses fucking whooped. Which, of course, they lost every single game. They didn't even put Aiden in on offense until the very last game. Didn't throw him the ball. The coaches have no idea what they're doing. I mean, I've watched enough coaches to this point. It's like I can see a good coach and I know a bad coach when I see one, and I know a good one when I see one. And it was like right away when I seen these coaches and I seen their plays and I seen they didn't want to start one of their better players, I knew they were going to lose. So unfortunately, that's how the cookie crumbled. I think it was a great experience for Aiden, but I think it's absolutely ridiculous when coaches put their own egos and their own arrogance and their own, this is what I want our team to look like, above playing talent. Anybody knows that Aiden was one of the top talents on the team, and for him to only play on defense is absolutely ridiculous. And then to kind of turn to him and, okay, so Aiden, obviously a quarterback, ended up being the backup quarterback. Anybody in their right mind in game number 1, if your quarterback throws 4 interceptions, you're probably going to think about, maybe I should put in
my backup quarterback
because this quarterback isn't getting the job done. And the quarterback didn't get the job done. Aiden could have easily done that job. And the thing that's awesome about Aiden is he can handle pressure. Like, you can put him in a situation where all the pressure's on him, and he's the kind of person that's going to excel in those moments. So to watch him not even get the opportunity to show off any of his actual skills there, I think is absolute bullshit. I think that the coaches are deserved enough to lose all these games, which they did. I knew they were going to. You don't start your best players, you're gonna lose. If you don't know how to just write a simple enough play, it was just like the plays. And I see Aiden plays for another team with these guys, and I watch the plays that they call. I'm just like, what the fuck is really going on here? Do we really know what we're doing? It doesn't seem like we know what we're doing. Yeah. Wristband 6. Really? We're going to call out wristband numbers? Like, that's how we're calling plays? And then Aiden is...
it's on the wristband. Why you got to say wristband every time, you moron?
And the biggest thing they do is switch quarterbacks. And like, Aiden's their starting quarterback, but...
You never know it.
You wouldn't know it because on the first play of the game, typically they don't even start Aiden. They have some other random kid who can't throw the ball start it. And then the last game, they didn't start Aiden. Obviously, they got down by 6. They had to put Aiden in at quarterback, obviously, because you want your best throwing guy to be able to throw the ball. I don't know why you're not starting your starting fucking quarterback. Yeah. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. You got the galactic champion on your team, and you put him on the bench.
And then at the end, when it's like, okay, we need a touchdown to win it. Come on, Aiden. And then he throws a perfect pass. Touchdown wins the game. So they ended up winning because of Aiden. But then these same coaches are going to talk about, we were off to a slow start and you were off to... No, only person that was off to a slow start is your terrible fucking coaching. Your terrible fucking coaching. It's so hard. I get so frustrated watching some of these attempts at coaching. It's so frustrating. I feel like some of these coaches just have such egos, and it's more about them. Aiden's coaches wear earpieces. Like, you guys are coaching like 13, 14, 15-year-olds.
And you're next to each other.
Yeah, and you guys are standing next to each other with earpieces like you are part of the actual
CIA.
NFL. Yeah, it's like, who the fuck are you kidding, bro? Please. Save your arrogance and who you want to show off.
We got a sniper on goalpost 3.
Oh, God. So it's just like so frustrating. Aiden's got a flag game tomorrow. If they win, I think they make it to the playoffs. If they don't, good fucking riddance to this whole entire fucking months-long dedication to flag football that
Be sure to subscribe.
Transpired into complete disrespect for my own kid. It's absolutely ridiculous. But Aiden will always find a way to shine, and he certainly did. He got to take a bunch of pictures in Canton. He met Rondé Barber. He met a couple different NFL players. He got posted.
He's met 3 NFL players this year.
Yes, he has, actually. So we're going to keep doing what we're doing, and we're not going to let it get us down. We've been through this with so many coaches so many times. I feel like grown-ass men get in their feelings when they see a potential in a kid, and they don't want that kid to be that good. You wouldn't think that grown men would act like this, but they do. And I've watched it so many times over and over with Aiden. It's so frustrating to watch. It's like you just don't want him to be good because you're in your own feelings.
So, for everybody that's just now showing up, because Tim Watkins said, Kate, what's going on? Maybe give a quick recap of what happened, and then we'll move on.
Okay. Aiden got picked to be on an all-star team, flag football team. It was sponsored by the Chicago Bears.
And the NFL.
To go to Canton, Ohio, and compete against other
31 other NFL-affiliated teams.
Yes.
Top teams.
Yes, it's supposed to be the best of the best from whatever region or city that you're in. And they ended up not letting Aiden start on offense, which is absolute ridiculous if you know the kids that were started above Aiden. And I don't mean to take away from any of these kids who got a lot of talent, but like we all understand that Aiden he's one of the best kids in Rockford. He's one of the best kids there. He's a quarterback. Like, in my opinion, he probably should have been the quarterback, considering their quarterback in game number 1 threw 4 interceptions.
And couldn't win a single game.
That says something about your quarterback.
Team leader should be able to win. They
specifically sat Aiden out on offense, even though they know that he's the most well-rounded player that they have. He can play any position. Aiden can play any single position.
And all the parents knew that he was the best pick for quarterback.
Everybody knew. Well, that's why the parents specifically asked us, like, hey, put Aiden on this team. Their kids are wide receivers. They know they want Aiden to throw the ball to their kid. Well, now everybody goes down to Ken. Aiden's not starting on offense. Nobody shined. They got their asses handed to them. They could barely make a touchdown. Mm-hmm. That's absolutely ridiculous. I knew it was going to happen. I'm not shocked. I think that the coaches need to reevaluate their whole entire coaching ideas because strategies, because it's just... You literally, a good coach should be able to bring out the best in every player. And I literally watched them diminish all the shine out of every player that they had because they don't know what they have. They didn't know who they had. They didn't know where to start the people. They didn't know even what kind of plays to call. It's like, I shouldn't be able to look on the field and see what you guys are fucking up, especially when you guys play flag football or have played football or know, should possibly know more than me, but I mean, God, it is absolutely hard to watch.
Yeah, it really is. So in a nutshell, that's where Aiden's at.
But Aiden's coming back from Canton, and he did have a good experience, and he learned a lot, and maybe we'll be back next year, maybe we won't, we'll see. But it's really unfortunate that... I'm
going to say no matter what at this point.
Yeah.
Even who they're going to have for a coach? John Madden? It's just going to be some other motherfucker from Rockford who's got his own interests in his own players.
Right.
So it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. So whatever reasons they had for not starting Aiden, but even like I was saying on their other
they had a reason. Their reason for not starting him was that he was the best all-around player. They wanted to keep him on the bench in case they had to put him in there to show somebody up.
Yeah.
Is exactly what they told him.
They
call that slave driver.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Yep.
It's absolute bullshit.
Yep.
But yeah, you don't keep your most well-rounded player who can play every position. I mean, Aiden can catch, he can run, he can throw, he can do it all. He understands the game more than some of the other kids that got to start over him. There's no reason for it. That's why they got their asses handed to them. It's absolutely embarrassing. I feel like we slightly wasted our time Aiden dedicated so much time to these coaches just to be disrespected. I have an issue with it.
Aiden's got more touchdowns in his whole career of playing football than all those other guys do together. Combined. Aiden would have more touchdowns up until this point than all of them combined. Give him all 5 extra too.
Because Aiden's an awesome running back, and he can run the ball, he can throw the ball,
he can catch the ball,
he can intercept the ball.
He scored defensive touchdowns.
It's crazy. They're in their scrimmages. Aiden could only play defense. He had more touchdowns on defense than some of the wide receivers had on the offense.
Yeah.
Because he's going to find his way to make it known that he's good. Like, people are going to notice him. The cream always rises to the top, as Macho Man says. And that's kind of what I told Aiden.
Yeah.
But These coaches out here really being disrespectful to kids. It's really fucking sad. Everybody should have an opportunity to go in on offense. I mean, you got all-stars. The all-stars. These kids know what they're doing. You should have had a couple different schemes for everybody. Yeah. And the fact that you did it and the fact that you could only throw to one person is because you didn't know what the fuck you were doing. Yep. You didn't know how to set up a fucking game plan with all your wide receivers.
Wasted all your time playing grab ass at practice.
Yeah. Oh, God. So, over flag.
Yep.
This year.
We're moving on to the Screw City Rumble.
Screw City Rumble, yes, is coming out.
Sunday it'll be live.
It's
Aiden will be here to host.
Yep. Everything he just said. It's going to be fun. There's going to be new characters.
Surprises?
Yeah, some surprises. I'm excited about the Screw City Rumble just to watch it, to see who's going to do what. Obviously, I'm not going to be in it, but that's okay. There's going to be plenty of other characters.
You're right. And Brody, obviously injured.
Somebody said, what are you guys yapping about?
Yeah,
is that what you're going to come up here on here and say, talking about yapping?
Saul.
So that's like something Aiden would say. If you don't want to hear what we're yapping about, you could definitely get going to somebody else's live, because I really don't have the patience for stupidity here in my chat. Not to get mad at people, but you can get the fuck out.
Tim Watkins wants to know what happened to Johnny Screams. Well, I'm pretty sure that he had a qualifying match 2 weeks ago that he won.
Okay.
And he will be headed to the Screw City Rumble, I believe, at number 13 is what Aiden said.
Okay.
Lucky number 13, so I'll delete the yapping. Yeah, Johnny Screams still on the roster. He will be here on Sunday to compete in the 20-man and woman Screw City Rumble. 3rd annual Screw City Rumble.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What are you going to be doing with your time while we're out there rumbling? Miss, I'm not participating.
I don't know. Tan.
Okay, well.
I don't know.
Seems like you've been doing that a lot lately. You've been living in your bathing suit, huh?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. Justin Gottsell said he's always been a fan of you.
Thank you.
Simon Wright wants to know who your favorite player is for the Mavericks.
Luka Doncic. If you guys didn't know.
Somebody who wants to know if you want to flex your abs.
Not really.
Okay.
I'll flex them when I'm going to fight.
Okay. Tim said that Johnny Scream is his least favorite and y'all are his favorite.
Okay. Johnny Scream can be a pain in the ass. He likes to cheat. He likes to be a snake. Do dirty things. So I could definitely understand why you got a problem with him. But more than likely he's probably going to win.
Who?
Johnny Scream.
Oh, you think he's going to
win? I think he's going to win the Screw City Rumble.
That's right. You did put that as your prediction, was Johnny Scream. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, that's not a bad pick. He's going to have to get through me, but I think me and him and Dougie are probably planning on teaming up.
I'm sure you are.
And
of course.
We'll be the final 3 in that Rumble.
Yeah, and then Johnny Scream's going to do something and screw you guys over and win.
He wouldn't do that.
No, you don't think
we
so?
We will make a nice deciding
okay.
situation of who's going to win.
All right.
We'll all decide on it together.
All right, we'll see.
We will see. Because then I'm going to cash in that Screw City Championship and go for go for Aiden and become the Galactic Champion.
Yeah.
So I already got it pretty much planned out.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm. We got some random new people in, so welcome if you're coming to the first time. Generally, Kate does these live streams once a week. You can tell them about that, tell them what we'll do.
I mean, like you said, I tend to do these once a week, and I just talk about the wrestling show, sports-related stuff, things that are happening, just whatever the fuck. Whatever I want to talk about. And there's no basketball to be talked about. We were talking about basketball for a while, and the Mavericks, they went to the finals and they lost.
Olympic basketball.
And the Olympic basketball ain't even that fun because USA is literally going to kick everybody's ass. Like, it's not even going to be a competition. Like, it's not even a competition. It's just you know, Steph, LeBron, Katie, just killing everybody.
Mike Green wants to know if you have a twin. Tell them about your other wrestling characters.
Do I have a twin? No. But I have other characters that I play.
Like Kylie Ray.
Mm-hmm.
KZ. Pedro.
Aiden likes to call me his twin.
You do look like Aiden.
Yeah. Aiden looks like me.
Aiden looks like you. That's right.
Aiden looks like me.
That's right. So yeah, no twin, but there's multiple wrestling characters on the show that looks like Kate.
Yeah.
Because it just
so if you think I have a twin, it's just me playing
okay.
other characters.
Mm-hmm. Saying that Aiden is a foot shorter than you. Is he? I don't think he's a foot shorter than you.
He's not shorter than me at all.
Oh,
Aiden's,
yeah. He's tall.
Aiden's like 5 or 6 inches taller than me.
Yeah.
So maybe you are looking at old matches where I was a lot bigger than him. But if you haven't seen Aiden recently, he's a lot bigger than me.
Oh, that's right. Have you asked him about your Galactic Championship match yet?
Not yet. Well, he's been gone in Ohio, so I really haven't had a chance.
Well, I don't know if you called him. Send him a little text.
We've been sticking to football currently, but I will talk to him about me being #1 contender. That's why I'm not going to participate in Screw City Rumble, because I deserve a chance at the belt regardless of some random belt that I don't care about.
You do.
I don't. I care about the Galactic Champion.
No, I'm saying you deserve the shot.
Yeah.
Just about as much as I deserve a shot, because I never got a rematch either. Mm-hmm. If you recall, I was the last Galactic Champion before Aiden.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he's just not defending the title against anybody. So I feel like he should defend it against me before he defended it against you.
We'll see.
All right, we got somebody leaving a kind of a funny comment, but I'm not going to read it out loud.
I seen it.
Oh, you did about the horse?
Yeah.
What do you think about Klay Thompson going to the
you can
Mavericks?
definitely change the subject to the Dallas Mavericks anytime you want. I am always up for the conversation of the Dallas Mavericks. And I think that it was it wasn't a trade, right? They picked him up in the free agency. So I don't know if you consider that a trade, right?
They might have traded.
They just acquired him. Yeah, maybe it was some sort of trade. I don't know.
I don't think it was a trade. Yeah, they just picked him up.
I think you really seen in the finals what Dallas was lacking, and that was definitely somebody that can shoot the ball, somebody who can move the ball. Obviously, Klay Thompson's one of the best shooters of all time. He's got, 4 championship rings. He can shoot threes. And a lot of people are saying, oh, well, he's not the Klay Thompson that he used to be. And that might be true, but I am curious. He wanted out of Golden State. I think that a change of venue and a new team could completely revive his career. And I think that Klay Thompson is exactly what the Dallas Mavericks need. Somebody that they can trust to shoot the ball. They just did not have that. They had, Tim Hardaway Jr., which, oh, God. That was really bad. Green was okay. Defensively, he wasn't. He was all right both ways. So, not much of a loss there. So, Klay Thompson, complete upgrade. It sucks that we had to lose Derrick Jones Jr., but with Najee Marshall and this Quentin Grimes guy, I think that we came out on top. I think that Dallas Mavericks are going to go back to the finals next year, given that there isn't any injuries or anything. Mm-hmm. I did hear that Kyrie broke his hand and had to have surgery on it to repair it, so...
What did he punch?
They said it happened in practice. They didn't say he punched anything.
Okay,
Yeah, so I don't know how you break your hand in practice.
Punching the ground when you miss a layup or something like that. I bet you punch something.
I doubt it. Kyrie doesn't seem like that kind of guy that punches things. But who knows?
It's always the ones you least expect.
So that's how I feel about it. I think that they're gonna go back to the finals, and this time they're gonna win. Hopefully. The Boston Celtics are really, really tough, and the Western Conference is really tough, but there's nobody better than Luka. I don't care what anybody says. In my opinion, he should have been the MVP. Who'd they give it to? Jokic? Yeah, they gave it to Jokic, which is fine. I mean, Jokic is good, but not as good as Luka, in my opinion. And you kind of seen that, like, the Nuggets really imploded against the Timberwolves, and we almost swept the Timberwolves, so I don't know what that was. But the Boston Celtics, just not a good matchup for us, I guess.
He said he's a Warriors fan, Tim is, so he hated to see Klay Thompson go, but happy for y'all if you're a Mavericks fan.
Oh, yeah. That was fucking great.
Yeah, no one would want to lose him.
No. I mean, and that's like such a dynasty. You know, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry. They did some really fucking awesome things, and they were fun to watch. It's sad to see it end, but I think that Klay is going to be on to bigger and better things. However, I think the Warriors are in serious trouble this upcoming season. Like, they didn't even pick up, like, anybody else.
The Warriors?
Yeah. So
they got nobody?
They didn't get any, new trades, or, I mean, maybe they got somebody new.
From the draft?
I'm sure they got somebody from the draft, but, they didn't do much work on their team.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like the Nuggets hadn't done a lot of work on their team. They lost Caldwell Pope, and now they just picked up Russell Westbrook, which I don't see that fit at all. I don't
like it.
Yeah, I don't. But we'll see.
We got more people asking about the Screw City Rumble. When is it?
Sunday.
And another guy says he's wanting a new mid-card title instead of the Screw City title for some reason. So I don't know what other kind of mid-card title you would want. That pretty much is the mid-card title.
Yeah.
But it is the one that you can cash in. So
right.
I guess what he's saying is maybe just a title that means nothing. But yeah, Elder God, what would you want this mid-card title to be for? Just because you want someone to hold another piece of tin? Like, what's your reasoning behind it? The Screw City title, you cash it in. The Galactic title, you run the show. The Duos title means you at least have one friend in life. What would your other belt be for? Give me a good pitch, or else it ain't going to make no sense.
I have no say-so on the belts. I let you, JB, you guys kind of figure out the belt situations. And so
we've tried to get rid of the belts, but the fans, they love the belts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of why we try to get a happy medium. I don't want to have too many titles. We have the hardcore title.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely understand having the belts. I like that we went back to whoever has the belt runs the show. We had a lot of different people come in and be like, no, we can't do that. There has to be a manager. There has to be somebody, da-da-da. Like, no, there actually doesn't. There really doesn't. So I'm glad that we're not worried about having a commissioner do this or commissioner do that or whatever.
Chairman. We had two chairmans. I think Johnny Scream killed them both. So that's how that went.
But there's just a lot of people so stuck to this is how wrestling shows do it, or this is how the indies do it, or just so used to watching WWE that they would come in here and, be like, no, we got to do it this way. And it never really worked out, in my opinion.
Our shit only works because it's different.
Anytime we've ever tried to bring in with a commissioner, I feel like it never really quite worked. But when you have the Galactic Championship and you become the commissioner of the show, gives you reasoning as to why you want to be the Galactic Champion.
And don't get me wrong, I like the storyline where we had the chairman. That was a good season. That was what we kind of based it around. It was a new character. We always need to have new, fresh ideas. So
yeah,
it was good for the time being. But I like going back to how we do things.
Yeah,
where the title.
It makes it a little too difficult, in my opinion. And then you have to go through other people.
Yeah. Writing other people's lines, stuff like that. We're already writing enough for everybody. Might as well just put the two characters to work. Yeah. Especially when the chairman wasn't planning on wrestling. Everybody on the wrestling show should be a wrestler. Yeah. So I don't know. Let's keep our comments appropriate here, Ron. before I put you in timeout. There shall be none of that. This is a child's wrestling show, family-friendly wrestling. I don't want no bullcrap. Tim wants to know if we watched the WWE. I can't remember the last time we did.
Yeah.
We watch the pay-per-view events when we can.
Yeah. We haven't had much time to watch it right now. I feel like we've been so busy with football.
Well, life. But even when The Rock was on, we watched every fucking night. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody that I want to watch is on, I will make time to watch the WWE.
And I think typically when it starts getting closer to SummerSlam, when it starts getting closer to WrestleMania, I think that's when we really start tuning in. But right now, I feel like everything's pretty
boring.
Yeah. We kind of know what's going to happen. We kind of know who's going to win, who's going to do things. If there's a match I want to see, I'll watch it at the pay-per-views. I'm glad that Rhea Ripley came back. I'm assuming she's going to fight Liv.
At SummerSlam is what I think. She's not supposed to do any like physicality right now because she's not fully healed yet from what I'm hearing. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I don't know if the sources are right or not. That's what they're reporting.
Sure. So, we probably will start watching it coming up here soon. When's the next pay-per-view? Did we even watch the last pay-per-view, or was it just, like, not even that good? I don't even remember what it was.
It was the one where Money in the Bank. And we watched all the matches except the main event, because when I seen the Bloodline people coming out...
I don't think I watched any of it.
I watched it all except the main event.
Oh, okay. So you must have watched it without me.
I watched it in 3 different segments, too.
Yeah,
I couldn't even sit through it.
Yeah, I know. I did not watch it.
Yeah.
And I usually like to watch the pay-per-views. I don't know why. I just haven't. I really feel like I've just been extra busy. And I've not watched TV at all. Like, since basketball has been off, like, I don't know. I just haven't even been watching TV.
The champ wants to know, what do you think of wrestling since Triple H took over?
That's a good question, I guess. Fine. I don't think I have any issues with it necessarily.
Same old shit that it always was.
I liked the storyline to bring Cody to the belt. Now that I think they almost fucked it up by letting The Rock.
They fucked it up by making him wait a year.
Yeah.
That's what they screwed up. That was Triple H's idea. Dumb.
Yeah. So I think there was a couple questionable things, but I think it ended up working out for the best. I think that Cody had one of the best WrestleMania matches of all time. So I'll give him credit there. I will give credit where it's due. So I really like that. And I think that he's doing the best that he can. So, I mean, honestly, I've been okay with it. I think it's been slightly boring right now, but I don't know if that has anything to do with Triple H or just the fact that there's not much going on.
Triple H is boring. Pull up any of his promos.
Yeah.
Watch any of his matches. He's probably the most boring on-screen personality the WWE has ever created. Yeah. Honestly.
Yeah. His matches are boring.
His matches are so fucking bad. Somebody says, what do you think of the Wyatt Six?
What?
The Wyatt group, they're called the Wyatt Six.
Oh. I'm honestly not even familiar with what that is.
Yeah, like, you know all those puppets that the Wyatts used to have?
Yeah.
Well, apparently they made those into real people now. And they're coming out trying to be creepy, and I think they shot Chad Gable. Oh. But he came back to life the next week.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with it to really give my opinion if I like it or not. From what I'm hearing, it sounds like something I probably wouldn't care for, but...
It's like something you would see on the Disney Channel around Halloween time.
Yeah, so probably not.
I'm not a fan of it. It has nothing to do with wrestling at all. It's just literally them trying to make money off of Bray Wyatt's death.
Counts.
Just like WWE to try to make money off a dead guy. I wonder how many copies of the Owen Hart DVD they still sell. In your next wrestling match, can you do a force count anywhere match?
A what?
A force count? He must mean saying the falls count.
Oh.
Is that what you mean, Simon? Do you think they're going to make Roman Reigns a hero when he comes back?
No.
You don't? Okay, I do.
I do not. A hero of what?
Like a good guy, a face.
No.
Come back to fight Solo Sikoa and avenge Paul Heyman.
I mean, I think that he can fight his family members, but I don't think it's going to make him face.
I'm going to tell you what's going to happen right now, okay? You guys can all write this down. Because Paul Heyman said that CM Punk was off limits, right? Whenever Paul Heyman says anything, it should be jotted down in stone. So what's going to happen is Solo Sikoa and all those guys are going to jump CM Punk. And at that point in time, Roman Reigns will come out to save CM Punk. And then the fans will cheer him forever by association. That's how they're going to make him a face.
No.
Really? All right, well, I'll never remember that I predicted that, but if it happens, I'll be happy to see it.
Okay, yeah. No. I think he's going to come back and he might, like, avenge himself in his name or whatever and be the head of the table again and take that back for himself, which is just going to put him right back as a heel.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think there's any escaping him being a heel, and I think it would be an absolute terrible idea to try to make him a face. They've done that before. He sucks at it. He's not good at being a face.
If they let Punk talk, he can still have Heyman.
Well, why are you talking about Punk when I'm talking about Roman Reigns?
Because I'm saying they're going to bring him back and put him with CM Punk.
No
I guess
way.
is what I'm saying.
No way. No way.
Oh.
I don't see that.
Okay.
No way.
You think he's going to come back and join with Cody then?
I don't think he's going to come back and join with anybody. He's going to come back and be the head of the table again.
For what team, though? Not
for his bloodline.
They're not going to have him back. Solo Sikoa said that he's never coming back.
Exactly my point.
He's not going to... Okay.
Exactly my fucking point. Okay?
No, he's not coming back.
Yes, he fucking... He's not coming back.
To the bloodline.
He's going to come back and he's going to win that fucking red shit back. And he's
The
going
necklace?
to... Yeah.
From Solo Sikoa.
Yes.
So he's going to have to be good to fight against the bad guy, Solo Sikoa, right? Or you think they're both going to be bad?
Yeah. It's not even about who's heel or face in it necessarily. You know, people are just going to want Roman Reigns to come back and, you know, take his fucking head of the table shit back.
True, but I guess the guy's question was specifically, do you think he's going to come back as a hero? And you're saying...
I'm saying absolutely not.
Okay.
No chance.
Good.
There is no hero in this scenario.
The champ said I can see it. Well, somebody else asked thoughts on the Trump situation, so I guess if we want to talk about that. We did cover that right at the top of the hour. But
I will talk to it again because...
we got a new audience here, I'm sure. Welcome.
I try not to talk too much about politics. I have in the past, and, you know, people always have really harsh opinions.
But usually the people that want to talk shit back are the ones that we don't want to hang out with anyway, so it's like almost fine.
Oh, my
Oh, your dad's here.